Today is Friday, September 5th, and I'm just wondering if the Cowboys are ever going to get a better chance to knock off the defending Super Bowl champions.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Eyeing retirement? We aim to turn your nest egg into a paycheck with half the amount you've been led to believe. Fluent Financial combines in-house portfolio design risk management with income-generating investments designed to aid your financial independence. Our goal is to develop an effective portfolio strategy to help you retire sooner and have a better lifestyle. Fluent Financial can also implement a program that allows business owners to install a cash balance plan, which may potentially reduce income tax payments. You've worked hard to become successful. Let us help develop an effective portfolio strategy that works for you. Learn more today about Fluent Financial. Retire sooner, better lifestyle. For more information or to schedule a meeting, visit fluentfinancial.com or call 972-852-4800.
Good morning, and yes, it's morning when I'm recording this, pretty well after 12 o'clock, as a matter of fact, because the game ran so long with that hour and 5-minute rain delay. Brian Schottenheimer has to be incredibly encouraged by so many of the facets of what he saw in Thursday night's football game against the Eagles. This team gang tackled. They did so many good things. And yet, the first-year head coach has to be absolutely sick because the Cowboys had this game right in their hands. Of the many things the Cowboys did right, they ran the ball well. Javonte Williams, who was a cheap pickup from the Denver Broncos, looked solid. And Miles Sanders, who'd been elevated to the backup running back in the game, broke off one huge run. They rushed for over 100 yards. I don't think the Cowboys, going into the game, would have thought they'd rush for more than 100 yards. I think the thinking was the Cowboys are going to have to throw to beat the Eagles. But they didn't have to throw all the time. They made the running game work. In fact, their only 2 touchdowns were short runs by Williams. The offensive line did well. Now you do kind of wonder if they had still done well had massive star defensive tackle Jalen Carter of the Eagles not gotten himself thrown out of the game before the first offensive snap of the game. More on that later. But Tyler Guyton, the left tackle, who was thought to be the weak link of this offensive line, he was okay. And Tyler Booker, the rookie right guard, he was okay. Overall, the line, I thought, played pretty well. Now, it was helped by the absence of Carter. And Dak was very good. He was on target. He made good decisions. And he threw the ball downfield well. We haven't always seen that from Dak Prescott. But he was very accurate on long throws in the game. In fact, Dak's numbers might have been absolutely spectacular had he gotten more help in the game. More on that later also. Now, the defense, minus Micah Parsons, which had to have its plans revamped with the late trade of Parsons. Now, in the first half, they couldn't stop Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. Those two ran all over against them. But in the second half, they did not. Barkley and Hurts, though Hurts made one late, solid run to close out the game, the Eagles did not move the ball on the ground. Now, again, we have to question what happens if Landon Dickerson, their star guard, doesn't go out of the game with an injury. But you play with the people you have to put on the field. And the Cowboys did a really, really good job of stopping the run in the second half. And in the second half, they held Philadelphia to only 3 points. If you'd have told Brian Schottenheimer all of these facts we've just covered, he'd have said the Cowboys would have won the game. But they didn't. That Dallas flight home must have been so frustrating. The offense did not score in the second half. Should they have? Oh, yes, they should have. After Miles Sanders' huge run, he then fumbled around the Philadelphia 10-yard line that cost the Cowboys some kind of points for sure. But Sanders' mistake was only one of 3 massive Dallas mistakes offensively in the second half. And the other 2, they belong to CeeDee Lamb. In the fourth quarter, the first play to start the fourth quarter, the Cowboys facing 3rd and 10. They decided to go a deep cross to Lamb, and he was open. And Dak hit him in stride, and he dropped the football. How big a gain? 20? 30? 40 yards? And then in the Cowboys' last possession, another bomb to Lamb. Again, he's open. Again, he drops the ball. The yardage gain there, I don't know, 30, 40 more yards? Now, the stat sheet is going to show Lamb having a 100-yard receiving game. I'll bet CeeDee Lamb thinks this is easily the worst 100-yard receiving game of his entire career, because either one of those big catches might have secured a win for Dallas. And by the way, on the last play Dallas ran, Lamb got open downfield and the ball just went off his fingertips. That wasn't his fault. But it was yet one more frustrating play for the Cowboys in the second half. You know, the Cowboys had the defending champion on the ropes. We'll get to Jalen Carter in the second part of this. We talked of the departure of Landon Dickerson, which left the Philadelphia offensive line pretty darn shaky. Philadelphia committed 105 yards in penalties in the first 2/3 of the game. Philadelphia penalties really helped the Cowboys' drives for scores. And they held Philadelphia to 24 points. I don't care how you talk about the difference in the first half, the second half. Philadelphia wound up with 24 points. If you'd have told Brian Schottenheimer his team would hold the Eagles to 24 points, again, I believe he'd have said against this young Eagle defense, we're going to win the football game. We're going to win the game. And the game was in their hands, in Miles Sanders' hands, especially in CeeDee Lamb's hands. But once they're over the disappointment of this loss, which may take a while, they'll see lots of good things on film that suggest that There are better days ahead for this team this season, better than most people expected. But for the rest of this season, maybe even beyond this season, this will be the one that got away. Some quick final notes about the game next. What do you want from your favorite restaurant? Fantastic personal service, a cheery, welcoming, spotless atmosphere, and, of course, great food. The primest of beef, wagyu and lamb, incredibly fresh seafood, lobster, salmon, shrimp, Hall of Fame food from a Hall of Fame restaurant. 2 locations of Bob's Steak and Chop House, the original Bob's on Lemon Avenue, and the gorgeous new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney. My wife Mary's the co-creator of Full Moon Healing Balm, and I guess I'm the reason this terrific cream was developed. A few years ago, I began getting these huge, ugly blood blotches just beneath the skin of my arms and hands. The condition's called senile purpura. And no, you don't have to be senile to experience this embarrassment. It happens as you age. And then to cover it up, we begin wearing long sleeves even when it's hot. It took 2 years working with a New Jersey lab to refine the all-natural ingredients of Full Moon Healing. Gently massage a very small amount into the skin, and within a day, the blotches begin to fade. Senile purpura usually takes weeks to disappear, but this balm cuts the timeline to about a week. And ordering's so easy. Just go to the website, fullmoonhealingco.com. Okay, a couple of final quick observations about the game. I don't know if I've ever seen a more stupid play in my whole life than I saw as the Cowboys were huddling to get ready for their first snap. Dak Prescott spit, but he spit at the ground, and he said something to Jalen Carter. Carter, walk away for God's sake. But he didn't. He came up and got close to Dak. And Dak got on his grill. And Carter spit on Dak. That got him 15 yards. That got him thrown out of the game. And that got him the early leader in the clubhouse for single dumbest play of this century in the NFL. Next, Mazi Smith, a first-round draft choice of the Cowboys 3 years ago, Kenny Clark was acquired in the trade. The Cowboys said they had to have Kenny Clark because Mazi Smith's such a disappointment. Well, this evening, Mazi Smith was inactive. Well, that sort of figures. He's been inactive for 2 years here in Dallas. And Jaden Blue, the runner taken from Texas, the runner who has some real speed and figures to be the change of pace back for Javonte Williams, was also inactive, likely still being bothered by the injury he suffered in training camp. And finally, the Dallas Cowboys have begun using the money they would have paid Micah Parsons. They've gotten Deron Bland's services secured for the next 4 years after this, a 4-year, $92 million contract, $23 million a year. And they've kept valuable fullback, blocker, sometimes pass catcher, once in a while runner, Hunter Lupke on a 2-year deal worth $7.5 million. And One suspects the Cowboys still have more money to spend at this point. Could it be used on Sam Williams? The extension to Tyler Smith, they wouldn't have to use the money there because Tyler Smith's still 2 years away from his extension kicking in. But apparently, talks on his extension have already begun. So the Cowboys have gone to work using the massive amount of money they would have paid Micah Parsons to stay here.
And now a word from our title sponsor. Today's episode has been brought to you by Fluent Financial, Retire Earlier, Live Better, and by Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon in Dallas and in Craig Ranch in McKinney. Bob's, a Dallas tradition for more than 30 years.
If you've enjoyed Just Wondering, please hit follow, and a fresh new episode will land in your mailbox early every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. Should you know a sports fan who might like our work, please share our contact information with that person. Just Wondering is technically directed by my wife, Mary, who is also occasionally a talent on the show. It's produced by Mike Matern, edited and posted by Ashley Bullington. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering. I'm Norm Hitzges, and know that every day I'll be just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitzges, and I'll just be wondering too.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.